Alright, this is Weapon X Reacts, and we're back with another video, and this is gonna be a review of Falling Down. This is a movie that's never been more relevant to today than since back in the year when it first came out. The character of Bill Foster is actually kind of interesting because he represents everyone in society and who we would become if we fell down just like him. Because he was just a man who followed the rules of society and it drove him insane. And his main motivation was to go see his daughter for her birthday party. He's basically the 90s version of Travis Bickle. This movie does a good job at criticizing the American dream, but in a dark way. Because it kinda exposes it as just a lie that we were fed for a long time. Another thing this movie criticizes is consumerism. And there is one scene that describes this perfectly. It's a scene of where Bill Foster goes to a McDonald's restaurant to see that a customer is ordering a burger that's not the same size as what the advertisement says. And when the customer spits the burger out, he says this line: "We have another critic." Not only is this a good scene, but also does a good job at criticizing fast food companies who just put in big burgers on their advertisements just to bait you into buying it! Okay, so first off, the performances in this movie are very good, especially from Michael Douglas as Bill Foster. His character was very entertaining to watch, but also terrifying. It's shocking how underrated Michael Douglas is as an actor. I'm going to explain the ending of this film, and it can be summed up with this one quote that Bill Foster said to the police officer: "I'm the bad guy, I did everything they told me to." And when you actually understand the main character of this film, he actually wasn't the bad guy. He was just a man who just had a bad day. And then Bill Foster challenges the police officer to shoot him, and that's what the police officer does. Then Bill Foster falls into the ocean, dead. And then after that, then the police officer is with Bill Foster's daughter at her birthday party. And you know what? All it takes is just one bad day for a man that is so broken by society that he goes completely insane. I'm gonna break down the plot of this film. So William is an unemployed defense worker who is frustrated with the various flaws that he sees in society. He begins to crack down and fight back against the everyday injustices that he encounters. This is one of those movies that Hollywood just does not make anymore. This movie does a good job at criticizing our society and how messed up it is. Robert Duvall's character is actually kind of interesting because he is just like Bill Foster. They both follow the rules of the messed up society that they live in. The difference is that Robert Duvall's character is a detective and he's very good at it. But he gets bullied by his wife. And he works at a 9-to-5 job. Also, this movie's commentary on businesses rising their prices is more relevant than ever. And the scene that shows this is when Bill Foster goes to a convenience store to go buy a Coke. He sees that the price has risen up, and he gets very upset. And he attacks the guy who works there. One of the best things about this movie is its cinematography. It really fits the dark and atmospheric tone of this film. Also, the color really brings a realistic and uncomfortable feel to the audience. The scene of where Bill Foster confronts the construction workers who try to make excuses only to justify their inflated budgets, it's actually kind of interesting when you think about it, because people like them, they were all fed the lie of the American dream, just like the convenience store owner and the homeless man pretending to be a veteran. I'm gonna show you that scene of where Bill Foster gets into the McDonald's restaurant. And it's probably one of the best scenes in this entire film.
Yes, I'd like a ham and cheese omelet or lamb fries.
I'm sorry. We stopped serving breakfast, but we are on lunch menu now.
I want breakfast.
Well, you can't have it. We're not serving it.
So you said. Is that the manager?
Honestly, this restaurant is just another corporate business that just wants to serve processed foods. And doesn't care about its customers, only cares about the money.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I speak to him, please?
Sure. Rick, there's a customer that would like to speak with you.
Yes, sir. Hi, I'd like some breakfast.
We stopped serving breakfast.
I know you stopped serving breakfast, Rick. Sheila told me you stopped serving breakfast. Why am I calling you by your first names? I don't even know who you are. I still call my boss Mister. I worked for him for 7.5 years, but I walk in here all of a sudden, total stranger. I'm calling you Rick and Sheila like we're in some kind of AA meeting. I don't want to be your buddy, Rick. I just want a little breakfast.
Well, you can call me Miss Folsom if you want to.
Sheila, we stopped serving breakfast at 11:30.
Rick, have you ever heard the expression, the customer is always right?
Yeah.
Also, do you know what is so funny about the scene? Is how oblivious he is. Because when he went out of the car, society is not the same anymore. He's basically the all-American man. He focuses on his own values. Maybe that was all a lie too.
Yeah, well, here I am, the customer.
That's not our policy. You have to order something from the lunch menu.
I don't want lunch. I want breakfast.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm really sorry too.
Calm down. Just calm down, everybody. Sit down. Sit down over there.
Hey. Mister. Where are you going? No. You sit down there and you finish your lunch. Come on. Everybody just relax and take it easy. Come on. Let's eat your lunch, please. Eat your lunch. You all need your vitamins A's and B's and It's an accident. It's an accident. The trigger, it's sensitive. It's okay. It's all right. It's a sensitive trigger. could I have my breakfast, please?
Yes, sir. Sheila?
Rick, Miss Folsom.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
You know what? You were right. I think I've changed my mind. I'm gonna have some lunch. Could I have a double whammy burger with cheese? You getting this?
Yes, sir.
And an order of whammy fries. And, let me see, a chocolate lamb shake.
Yes, sir. Sheila, get his order.
Rick, could you get it for me, please? I feel more comfortable now calling you Rick after all we've been through together. How you doing? Enjoying your meal? How about you, son? Is it good? And you, man? How's the food? I think we have a critic. I don't think she likes the special sauce, Rick. That's a joke. Here we go. Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Turn around, look at that. You see what I mean? It's plump, it's juicy, it's 3 inches thick. Now, look at this sorry, miserable squashed thing. Can anybody tell me what's wrong with this picture? Anybody? Anybody at all?
And you know what? Did you know that corporations like McDonald's, they do exactly what the restaurant in the film does? They put these big burgers as marketing, but when you get the real thing, it's not what you expect. This movie is a good criticism on our society today.
You have a career.
And you know what? We need more movies like this in Hollywood. Movies that are actually made by people that care about entertaining you and not hitting you with the message over and over again. Because people are getting sick and tired of it right now. And it's shocking to me how good the writing in this movie is. It's actually smart and well made. The scene of where Bill Foster starts antagonizing the golfers at the golf course really shows that he is going against the expectations that society throws at him, and it shows that he's slowly going into madness. The scene does a great job at criticizing class inequality and social disillusionment. I'm going to explain the opening scene of this film. So first off, we see Bill Foster in his car getting ready for his boring job. And he is stuck in traffic. It becomes so stressful for him that he decides to not go to work. And it's basically the start of his entire journey throughout this film. Joel Schumacher's directing of this film was just something else. And can you believe that this film was made by the guy that did Batman and Robin, which was one of the worst superhero movies I have ever seen in my life. And this film just proves that he is a great filmmaker. It's just that some of his films are just boring garbage. James Newton Howard's soundtrack of this movie is simply a masterpiece, and it really fits the dark tone of this movie. I'm not gonna lie, the soundtrack, it really kicks a lot of ass. Also, the world of this movie really fits the world that we live in today. It's all dystopian. Also, the characters that Bill Foster meets, like the thugs, they all fit in the same system. They're just what you expect in our society now. Also, in conclusion, this was an amazing film, and definitely one of the best films Hollywood has ever made. We don't need any of the woke shit they keep throwing at us. Also, this film is criminally underrated, and I totally recommend you watch it once in your life. You're not going to forget it. Because when you look at this film a second time and you look at the world that we live in right now, it won't be a film. It'll be more like a documentary. Also, anyway, that's all I got for today. Go away now. And always remember, strike back like a weapon against wokeness.